I wrote a film with my best friend, and I was like, yeah, I gotta score it, and because I just never thought anything would happen. I wrote it as a goof. He ended up finding money, and I was like, wow, I have to score this, and I didn't know what that meant, and I started doing it, and about halfway through doing it, I was like, I love this. I really love working the picture. I just like it was so different than writing music for the band, just not having to write lyrics, not having to play the songs, and I had this revelation. I remember it so specific. I was sitting at my dining room table, like doing it on my laptop, Pro Tools, and I was like, I want to do this. Like this is, and I haven't felt that way since I was like 13 and I saw the Scorpions. You know what I mean? And I was like, I want to be a rock star. And so ever since then, I kind of had this idea that, you know, I was like, I want to figure out how to do this because it complements the Guster thing. And as I get older, I don't want to be in a bus 9 months a year. It made a lot of sense. This guy Colin had a mutual friend, Damien, and he was like, oh, Colin's got a screenplay, and he's going out with it, and he's like a big screenwriter, but he's trying to direct it. And I met Colin, and he had seen Guster, and we got really drunk, and I was like, hey dude, I don't know if this, but I don't know what you're doing, but I'd love to score your film. He's like, that's so weird, I was going to ask you if you've ever scored a film before. So kind of got involved with this thing, sight unseen. I hadn't read it, I didn't know if it was real or not, and then I read it and I loved it, and then he went out and he got the Duplass brothers involved, we got Big Beach involved, got Aubrey Plaza, and this whole thing started ballooned, and then in fact it felt kind of bigger than me, you know, certainly where I was at my point in my career. So there's a lot of anxiety kind of going into the first cues. The movie got shot and it came out, they got a lot of good stuff, and then they started cutting it, and I started turning in music, and I was a couple pieces in, I was like, are you guys cool? Are you guys into this? And they're like, yeah, me too. And then I just started rolling, and I love it, and I love it. And so now that's kind of my deal. As the Guster thing continues to be an ongoing concern, I feel like I'm right at the beginning of my career as a composer. I learned so much. I mean, it's crazy. It's just how many, because the movie just tonally it changes. Like it's like kind of a comedy, but there's also these thriller elements that are really supposed to be thrilling, and then there's this big thing that this big like finale that was like orchestral, and so I mean, so much stuff I did on this film I'd never done in any capacity before. You know, and I'm also really excited. You know, who knows what's going to happen, but there's a lot of excitement about the film too, and it's just, you know, getting into Sundance. I have lots of friends who are filmmakers, actors, and I know it's a big deal to be here with a film. And I just felt lucky to get here, you know. And now to kind of be one of the films that I feel like people are talking about and that people are excited about and reacting really well. I just feel like a triple, you know, lucky. Strings and stuff, and that's what happens, you know?